I'm very excited to have my next guest join us. They are part of a band that dropped a brand new album that we're big fans of. Everything Matters. Everything's Fire.
Yeah.
Maggie and Gep from Lunar Vacation.
Hello.
How are you? Welcome.
So
great.
good. Feeling so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On fire?
We're on
Yes,
fire. Every day
yes.
on tour, we're on fire. Even if we're a little sleepy.
Yeah.
You're not kidding. You
Yeah.
guys have been basically touring this whole year. You
Yeah.
just toured with Alex Leahy and
Yeah.
Vacations.
Yes.
And
yeah.
then you were with Colony House.
Yeah.
And here you are with Thrice and Manchester
Yeah.
Orchestra. Where do you
Yeah.
find the energy for this?
Yeah. We live for it.
Yeah.
When we're home, we all live together in Decatur, Georgia. And when we're home and we're not touring, it's a little sad.
Oh.
It is
So
kinda
we're happy
sad.
to be out on
yeah.
the road.
But when we're going on tour, everyone I feel like is mostly them like their true selves. Or at least I feel like my true self, you know?
Yeah.
And I feel like I can do a lot and I feel awake and ready and motivated, you know? Because you don't really have a option not to.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
You can't stay in bed all day.
It's interesting
I
because
can't at
most
all.
people complain or note how most of it is just traveling and
Yeah.
you spend an hour
Yeah.
performing and then the rest of the time is waiting around.
Yes. Well,
looking
that's
out a
true.
window.
Yeah, that's
true. But it's still so fun. Even we're only playing for 30 minutes on this tour, but
Yeah.
every minute is precious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're with our best friends, so it's
Yeah.
just fun vacay all the time.
Yeah.
When you say you can be yourselves,
Mm-hmm.
does that mean you're not yourselves in real life when you're at Whole Foods or Trader Joe's?
Well, I actually worked there, T.
At Trader Joe's.
I worked at Trader Joe's. But, well,
Stocking, cashier,
all of it. All of
Management?
it.
A lot of our
Not
album
many-
is actually inspired by Trader Joe's.
That's true.
Interesting.
the Trader Joe's
lore.
work culture,
Yeah.
not the
Not
No wonder you're
products.
so charismatic because you have to handle customer service and
Yes, yeah.
Hit him with a
a certain
smile.
temperament, right?
Yeah.
I think that is part of being home though a lot. We do have to have other jobs. So,
Yeah.
you kind of do feel like less like yourself because you're like, this isn't really what I want to be doing right now. You want to be playing shows. So, yeah. But I mean, I feel like I'm myself most of the time.
Yeah, same.
That's a nervous laugh.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, you're on tour right now supporting this amazing album that I can't get enough
Thank
of.
you.
Congratulations on the
Thank
release.
you.
It's still
Thank
fresh
you.
for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yes.
Totally.
Yeah.
And you've noted how this is certainly a lot more yourselves in terms of performance and making mistakes and letting them live and letting them
Yeah.
breathe as opposed to being this curated, overly curated maybe at times and putting so much thought into it, right?
Yeah.
How freeing is that versus, or how do you balance that? Because I feel like you still want to present something that's of some type of cohesive nature.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's funny because it's like the second we put it out, we're like, oh, we're ready to do something different now.
Yeah.
I think we just tried as hard as we could to be true to ourselves and, capture our performances. And we spent a lot of 2022 playing shows. And so when it came to 2023 to write a new album and record a new album, we were like ready to try a different approach and do a lot more live stuff because we'd been playing live a lot more.
It felt good to leave a lot of the mistakes in, and even when I listen to the album, I don't really I don't hear the mistakes, but I feel like maybe there's a few times where I could have done a take a few more times, like vocal take or whatever. But then our producer and engineer Drew, he really prioritized getting the actual full performance instead of getting just chunks that sounded perfect. And I'm a big perfectionist when it comes to vocals, and I still get not embarrassed, but just a little, I don't know,
Protective,
protective and controlling, because it's a vulnerable thing, to be first of all singing, and then second of all singing about really deep emotional things, so yeah, that was pretty hard to let go of my oh wait, can I do that again? Can I do this again? Can I do this again? Whatever. I kind of just had to trust Drew to be yep, this was a good performance and we're going to take that. But it was definitely frustrating because after I would have a good take, I thought, he was a little flat, do it again. And
Wow.
And it was really good for us.
I think it's made me more comfortable going with the flow and just trying to trust everyone else too, and not beat it to the ground to be I have to be perfect in this one part,
Yeah.
Are you
feel
like that in just everything in life?
perfectionist?
Yeah.
I think it depends because sometimes I can let my room get like pretty messy, but then other times I'll like clean every inch of it and feel really like everything needs to be clean. So I guess it just comes in waves. But when it comes to like things I make and like things that feel like more of an extension of myself, like giving to other people, I think that's when I maybe feel a little internal pressure to be like put my best foot forward and not like, you know, make too many mistakes or whatever. But I'm trying to get over that.
Yeah.
Maggie-
Slowly but surely.
Maggie, you've been friends
Yeah.
with Gep forever.
10
You went to
years.
high school.
10 years. We
Yes.
celebrated our 10-year
Almost 11
anniversary
years. Yeah.
in January because
Yeah.
it's this musician's birthday that we became friends. Yeah.
Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
And also Connor should be part of this
Yes, yeah.
celebration
We've known
as well
Connor
at one point,
for
right?
since 2016.
so 8 years.
8 years. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But having that bond, I feel, would allow you to be more open.
Oh,
and,
yeah, totally.
Let down some of those
Yeah.
expectations.
We definitely
Yeah.
trust each other a lot. So I feel like when I like am doing, you know, recording a solo or something and I'm like, I can't get it. Gep will get on the mic and be like, no, it sounds great. Or if Gep is having trouble with vocals and is crying, I'll walk in and be like, it's okay.
Maggie will be like, okay, turn off the mic. And then like she'll come in and be like, it's okay. And I was
Yeah.
like, I don't think I can do music anymore. I'm not good at singing anymore. Like I think I might just like go back to school. It was a whole thing.
Wow.
Yeah, but that happens like every few months. So
As you evolved as artists and musicians and performers and being in this band for a while now, since high school, making music, I was going to ask how comfortable you are. It doesn't sound like, it still sounds like you're getting used to yourself
Yeah.
as an
yeah.
artist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a hard industry, you know. It's like
It is really hard.
It's especially hard when, you know, it's fun to make songs and keep them to yourself and your friends, but when you show them to everyone and then you're touring, and if you're spending most of your touring, that means you can have a job other years. And so you want it to keep working out so you can support yourself. So definitely a lot of doubt. It's like so fun sometimes. And then sometimes it's, you know, scary because you're like, can I support myself doing this? But we're having a good time. We all live together. That keeps the rent down. So
Yeah.
we're able to
It keeps it
travel
down.
more.
Yeah.
And we live in, we don't live in a state where the rent is too high. So if you were living in New York or LA, we might need to be.
But I hear
making it
Atlanta
bigger.
is a hot spot
Yeah,
for real
it-
estate.
it
It's actually
actually
getting
is
worse
getting
every
really
year,
expensive,
actually.
but-
Yeah. Our rent's gone up like
Our rent-
$400.
Since we moved in.
Yeah.
But we're making it work.
Making it work.
Yeah.
Was there a song on this album where you felt the most comfortable and was a little bit easier to write and put out there?
Oh, wow.
Because I have my favorites.
Okay.
So.
Oh my God, I'm excited to hear.
I'd say Fantasy is probably our collective favorite.
Yeah.
And I feel like that was a song where we really like all the decisions we made felt very natural, and there wasn't a lot of second guessing on that song. I feel like it really unfolded and we built it up in like a way that everyone was really happy with the whole time.
Yeah. And like lyrically and like vocally, there wasn't much of a difference between the demo and then the actual finished product, which was really cool to see.
Yeah.
But also this song "Erase All the Bees," that one I felt really comfortable with. I think everyone did, and that song is recorded all in one take, which is
Including the vocals.
including vocals, which is
never done,
crazy
yeah.
because I'm always trying to like layer and
Yeah.
harmony and like do a bunch of other stuff. But we just like all sat down and played it maybe like 20 times from like 9 p.m. to like 11:30. And we're kind of just in this like trance with like dim lighting, and we just kept like rolling it. And then at the end we picked a take that we all really, really liked. And it was kind of like there wasn't even a lot of discussion. We kind of just felt like that was what we were supposed to do. Like we just had to pick it in one take. And that was really cool. And I still think that's like a really cool thing that we did because we are all control freaks.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
So it was kind of nice to let
How difficult
go.
is that? 5 people.
difficult.
trying
It's
to say,
extremely
"No,
difficult."
This needs to be changed.
Yeah.
I want to do this again.
I know.
But-
It's pretty much a miracle anytime we can finish a
Make any
project.
decision.
Yeah.
But I think that because we're such good friends to where it's more like family, honestly, like we get in spats and then 5 minutes later it's fine and we're like, I love you, and then we hug and it's fine.
Yeah.
But I think if we weren't as comfortable with each other, then it probably would be way more difficult to get anything done. But I think like that initial, or that like the foundation of like trust and love is like, it's good. It doesn't mean it's easy though.
Right.
It's so hard.
Yeah.
It's not easy, but we love each other.
And you
Yeah.
live together at the same time.
I
So if you
know.
have a disagreement,
You have to-
let things simmer a bit, and then it's like, okay, look.
Yeah. And you can't be like, oh, you have to get this part in. Also, you didn't clean the bathroom last week, so I'm
Right.
like mad at you. Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to really be able to like pick your battles.
Yeah.
But it's made us more comfortable with like talking about our feelings a lot. And because like if you're mad at someone, you're not even mad, you just have kind of like a spat, disagreement, whatever, you can't really avoid the person because they're just down the hall. So you kind of just have to learn how to communicate effectively with each person, because everyone has their different ways of communication. So it's been
a journey.
a journey, but it's been really awesome. Yeah.
Lyrically, you touched upon some of the hesitation in the past, and in regards to sharing with the rest of the band and others and whatnot. Having gone through the personal trauma that you went through, I don't know all the details. I don't know what you want to share,
I'll tell you all of them.
but it sounds like it left quite an impression on you, and definitely translated to lyrics that are not very specific, but very relatable and understandable at the same time. So first of all, are you okay now? and then how were you able to get over that or break down those walls?
Well, thank you. That's really nice. I am okay right now. I'm doing way better than I was before.
The best you've ever been.
I think so too, which is awesome.
You're glowing. I can
Oh, thank you. I'm sweaty. I get
glistening.
Thank you. Yeah, no, I'm good. The only thing I'll say is that, if you should probably take the medication you're prescribed, or else, So, but I'm, taking my meds every day, which is awesome. And, going to therapy, all that. It came like pretty natural, I think, because I think whenever I'm feeling maybe not the best, I usually want to write songs. Like that's when I feel mostly inspired, because I'm like, I just feel all these things and I don't know why. And I don't even know what I feel. I just feel not good. So I just need to like kind of get it all out of my system, and then maybe after like the meltdown, then kind of comb through what I like, and then I'm like, maybe this is kind of good, this is kind of good, and then go through all of those things.
The emotional ones are the ones that people connect to.
Yeah, and like I connect the most with other people's like vulnerable and emotional songs too.
Yeah.
So I like, that's the weird part of it, where I'm like, I don't want to censor myself, because I feel like I should just be as raw as I can, because, if it helps like one person or someone think differently, or try to have a different perspective on something, or just be like, oh my gosh, I feel that way too. I'm not like, losing it.
Yeah.
So
I think that's the challenge of a songwriter, is to take those
Yeah.
specific experiences to you and try to elevate them to a universal feeling.
right. Yeah.
Leave some room for the listener.
Totally.
Right.
Because once it leaves, like we talk about this all the time, but like once it leaves me, it's like, that's not mine anymore. It's out there, and like it's for everyone else to take and put their own experience to it, or
Right.
just attach their own meaning, you
Right.
know?
So that's why I love Tom so much.
Oh my God.
You made me binge watch Vanderpump Rules. Even though that's not the final
Yeah, but it was
encapsulation
like
of the song.
It was, but it was one of the inspirations.
Do you watch the
Yeah.
music
please
video? It's very Trader Joe's coded.
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
See,
Yes.
now that you've told me that you work there, I need to rewatch.
All over the album.
But for those that aren't familiar,
Yes.
let's start with the early beginnings
Okay.
of Vanderpump Rules and your
Yes.
obsession with this show.
Yes.
And it's not about the pasta.
It's not about the pasta. It's not. I used to love that show so much.
Used to.
Yeah, I
gone
think
downhill a
it's
little bit.
now
We tried
that
watching
It's not a
recently.
comfort show for you anymore?
I think
They're
like,
all too
Tom
rich.
would be so sad watching.
I know Tom Schwartz. I love him.
I think he's engaged again.
Yeah,
See, we're
I
not
don't
caught
love
up.
him
We're not
past
caught up.
like 2017. I don't know. Anyway, I don't
Fair.
I don't keep up with the guy. But
So you say. I want to see who you follow on Instagram.
I do not follow him. I do not.
But the song.
But the song, so I had that melody in my head for a little, and then it was during COVID, and COVID made me watch a lot of Vanderpump Rules.
Sure.
And the first few seasons were so good because they didn't like know that they kind of were just so themselves that it was just so funny, and they weren't aware yet. But now they're all like,
Right.
you know. So yeah, I think I was watching the episode when they were creating Tom Tom. And I think they were literally like cutting down trees. And I was just like watching it and just saying whatever came to my mind first. And then that just like, Tom was an easy name. He was right there. And I was like, okay. And then like a few years later, when we were deciding on what to do for our album, I had that song that I was like, we could maybe do something with this. And everyone loved the melody. And so I just kind of, I was like, and then I think it was like right when the Scandival was happening, like around then, and I was like, I can't write this song about like Tom Schwartz, even though it was, you know, Tom Sandoval, but still, you know what I mean.
You could have been very opportunistic. And
I could have and been like, this is a Vanderpump Rules is a better song,
Yeah.
but I didn't want to do that. I was
Lunar
like,
Vacation. The Scandival band.
yeah. That'd be really funny.
We avoided that.
Yeah, we did avoid that. But then I was like, what else can I write it about? And yeah, the inspiration for the song was like, I had this coworker who I love still. And I just had a really big crush on them. And I didn't know that they were gay. I'm also gay, but he's like just loving men gay, you know? So then I realized that after he like had this big bunch of hydrangeas, and I was like, ooh, who are you bringing those to? He goes, my boyf. And I was like, oh my God. And then it was so, and I was like, oh, okay. And then, but it's fine. I still love the guy. Not in that way, you know, in a friend way, but still. So that's kind of, and then it was hard, but also I'm like, it's fine. He was like 10 years older than me anyway, so it's fine. It was just a little crush.
It wasn't that cute.
It was, yeah, I don't even care anymore.
It was the lighting.
Yeah.
And stocking up the chicken broth.
Yeah, I don't even care.
Well, I'm excited for you. This album is just fantastic.
Thank you.
Congrats on that.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
It's been really lovely talking to you.
Oh, thank you for
too,
having
Pete.
us
Yes.
and listening.
Happy holidays and
Yes.
and all the
Yeah.
things.
Yes.
And best of luck with everything.
Thank you.
so much.
It's, Maggie and Gab from Lunar Vacation right here on B-Sides.